Little do you guys know that when I got my degree in psychology, I also got one in demonology. A demon is generally defined as an evil spirit or devil, especially one thought to possess a person or act as a tormentor in hell. Stories of encounters or the legends of demons are present in ancient Egypt, Abrahamic religions, Hinduism, Native North American, and other cultures across the world and history. However, there is one demonic entity which we have yet to actually fully document and cover. It is known in its Latin name, the Aviditas monstrum, the Binge monster. Aviditas roughly means in Latin greediness or craving, whereas monstrum means eyesore, oddity, monstrosity. While countless videos have been made on the case of Amberlynn Reid and her own possession by the Binge monster, no one's actually seen the Binge monster, its physical form, what it looks like, where it came from, and I hope that I can answer some of these questions for you today. While the origins of the Binge monster remain unknown, it's quite unique in the sense that we actually have the video evidence of its existence and what it does to a person. It makes a person exhibit certain behaviours of overeating copious amounts of food, especially junk food. It will do this on a daily basis in order to sate its own hunger. But how do we know that this is in fact a possession by the Binge monster and not another demonic entity? There have been other demonic entities associated with greed, which we can draw from in order to understand the Binge monster more. Mammon is referred to in the New Testament, specifically the Gospels of Luke and Matthew, which both quote Jesus saying, "You cannot serve both God and Mammon," and Mammon is Hebrew for money. In the Middle Ages, he was referred to as one of the 7 princes of hell, and he's been known to promise wealth to people. However, he is known to be the personification of greed and material wealth, not food specifically. Another demon is known as Beelzebub, Baal meaning Lord in Ugaritic. However, Bishop Gregory of Nyssa asserted that it was simply another name for Mammon. However, Beelzebub is also known as Lord of the Flies and Prince of Demons. He's mentioned in Philistines as well as the Testament of Solomon, where it appears that his name is synonymous with Lucifer. He's also mentioned in the Gospel of Matthew, where Jesus says, "If I drive out the demons of Beelzebub." Witch hunter and Bishop Peter Binsfeld asserted that Beelzebub was the demon of gluttony. This would corroborate with the need for food and oversating yourself. However, no priests have been called around the Kentucky area for any other sightings or possessions by Beelzebub, so we can rule him out. Another demon that could be our culprit is Belphegor, also known as Baal Peor. He is the Moabite father to whom the Israelites became attached to in Shittim. He is associated with licentiousness and orgies, described in Kabbalistic teachings as the disputer, and an enemy of the sixth Sephirioth beauty. Said that summoning him can grant an immense amount of knowledge and ideas for ingenious inventions, and his role as a demon is to create an apportionment of wealth. Also one of the 7 princes of hell, Binsford asserted also that he encouraged laziness. While he exists to create an inequality of wealth by seducing people with promises of inventions, he doesn't particularly get on too well on the food front, and I don't think we've ever seen Amberlynn Reid invent something world-breaking. After evaluating the different traits of greed or gluttony demons, we can assume that the Binge monster could be their very own demon. However, what about what they look like? I've taken this picture from Amberlynn Reid's YouTube of her mid-binge, and I'm going to use some of my specialised technology to see if we can actually picture the demon itself. Ah, success! There is in fact a haunting here, confirmed with evidence. As you can see, the eyes have changed, they're green and they're slanted, much like a snake. It is well known that snakes can swallow their prey whole, and it's almost as if this is what the Binge monster is doing to Amberlynn Reid when he makes her eat food. Perhaps this demon is serpentkin. We can also see tentacles coming out the back of Amber. Maybe this is linked in with the gluttonous side, being able to grab everything and have all the food that's humanly possible. Perhaps that's what the Binge monster has evolved to be like in their possessed form. So what exactly do we need to do to get rid of a demon? Well, there is a process or ritual known as an exorcism.
The power of Christ! The power of Christ compels you! The power of Christ compels you!
If you want to go down the traditional Catholic route, you're going to need a cross, a Bible, and a rosary. Luckily, Amberlynn happens to live in Kentucky in the south of the United States, so she should be able to get these items with no problem. Some people believe that using Latin might be more effective because they are words of power, but Amberlynn and her roommates can barely speak English, so I think we'll skip that step. However, if it is your first time performing an exorcism, you may want to enlist the help of a Catholic priest. Although anyone can perform an exorcism, first times can be dangerous. The priest will also help you obtain tools that we haven't mentioned beforehand and how to use them. If you want to go down the more pagan route, you can use a besom or a broomstick. This is used in traditional paganism to sweep out negative energy. We do know that Amber does absolutely none of the cleaning in the house, but Ricky and Becky do sweep up, so they will know where the broom is. After that, you will need a butt ton of salt to create a sacred circle and cleanse the area as well. We know that Amber has a lot of sodium in her diet, so there's bound to be salt somewhere. If you want a more comprehensive and in-depth look at sacred circles in paganism and Wicca, you can check out my previous video on witchcraft and Wicca. I hope this video was informative and you now know the dangers of demonic possession when it comes to the Binge monster. Please, keep a besom and broom nearby and always have your Catholic priest on speed dial.